Good
Hi, my name
morning.
is Monema Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about what happened yesterday. I'm so happy. I am so happy, at least for now. And also, at least it's something is right. Even though at first I was like, what's going on here? Where are we? Are we in church or what? What's going on here? I was one of those people. Then again, I scolded myself and I was like, girl, give this man a chance. Give this man some grace, and then you shall find out the things that you don't know yet. Maybe it's still early. This man is still panicking. He's new in this courtroom. Okay. So yesterday we got a new interpreter, Mr. Mbatsana. Did you see how Judge Rata was welcoming and how Judge Rata was smiling? Do you know Dr. Mbatsana? He says, I've heard of them. Do you know Ute? Do you know the Mbatsanas from Soweto? He says, I know of them. He says, oh, I know him. I know. I did not tell anybody. He featured a lot in this. Sir, why must you be in it? Why must you be in it all the damn time? Anyway, for years, Gesana, since 2023, we've been, in fact, ever since the Senzo Meyiwa trial has started, we've been complaining about us viewers, and Abondaba, of course, Abondaba is podcasters that talk about the Senzo Meyiwa case, okay? Abondaba, we've been complaining about the poor interpretation when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa trial, okay? And yesterday, oh my word, yesterday was the best, because tell me why we are happy. We are happy because for once we got someone that actually did the things. At first, I'm sure most of us did not like him. We were like, what's going you know what happens when you are dealing with usuality. Our brain was used to, we are so used to Jonas to an extent that anyone that comes through, we judge them harshly. And then we decide, okay, let's give them a break. And then they show us Pudra, and then we go back to Jonas. He has his issues, but yeah, he does the job. The only thing I personally have as a problem with Jonas, he is a closer man. I don't care. In fact, he has shown, I don't care how much you can learn linguistics, but there are words that you will always not really understand. Do you understand? Hence, for me, I say, as a Nguni person who is a Xhosa person, singamanguni sonke, amaZulu, amaXhosa, amaswati, amandebele, singamanguni sonke. But hey, when a Ndebele person goes up or goes deep with their home language, I get lost. When a Zulu person goes deep in their home language, I get lost. When a Swati person, do you understand? We all have that issue of when each of us goes deep into our home language, our mother tongue, we get lost what the other one is saying, even though we are all Burmese. Do you understand? So now I'm impressed with what the current interpreter is doing. So let us break down how why is it critical. Let's break down that. Why is it critical to justice to have proper interpretation? And also let's talk about how poor translation can distort evidence a lot. And let's talk about the shocking difference between past interpreters and Mr. Mbatsana. And also, let's talk about why this is important and why it matters more than people realize. It's not just about language. It's about the one factor that we need to accept. Uguti, this is about fairness in a murder trial. And also, this is about people's lives. So if anything that they say is not said as exactly what they said, then things can become very problematic. Anyway, bad interpretation can destroy a case for the accused. What they are not telling you about that is quite dangerous. Okay, it can turn over. It can overturn the whole trial, Kesana. Interpreter mistakes, they expose a lot of things to understand. So now I want us to talk about that in this video because some of us don't understand. Okay, let's stop the games when it comes to that. What we saw yesterday was a perfect example. It's not just about a good interpreter, it exposed something much deeper, much bigger also. Bad interpretation, I'm saying that again, bad interpretation can destroy an entire case. And I don't think people understand how serious that is. Because in court, words are not just words. In court, words are not just words. Words are evidence. Words are timelines. Words are intent. So it is very important to have someone who interprets things for what they are. Say them exactly as what they were said. Okay, change one word, you can change everything with one word. Okay, let me give you a simple example of that. If an accused person says, I did not go to the bank. If Bongani Danzi comes there and says, I did not go to the bank, and then the interpreter says he went to the bank, do you see the problem there? That is not a mistake. That is a complete different reality. And the person who's going to be reading the record, that's what they will get. That it was said he went to the bank. That's what they will hear. Now imagine that happening not once, not twice, but over the years. What kind of a record that we are going to get there? This is where it gets dangerous, because the judge is not hearing the original language. The record is based on interpretation. The lawyers respond based on the interpretation. The judgment is influenced by interpretation. So if the interpretation is wrong, the entire trial is built on assent. And here is the part people don't want to talk about. That becomes grounds for appeal, because the things are not said as they were. Yes, a conviction can be overturned, not because facts were wrong, but because the language was wrong. Now think about what we've been watching in the Senzo Meyiwa case, and all those moments where we said, wait, that's not what he said. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Wait, something is off. Do you understand now the meaning of that? What if those weren't small mistakes? What if those were critical moments? Because let me tell you something. Justice is not just about truth. It's about understood truth. Do you understand? If the court misunderstands you, even if you are telling the truth, you can still lose because you were misunderstood. And that is why yesterday was powerful for me. It was powerful for me because for the first time, we saw what accurate interpretation looks like. Clear, complete, no shortcuts. That is what I appreciated about that interpretation. And suddenly everything made more sense, which raises a serious question, because a lot of things rely on interpretation in that courtroom. How much have we misunderstood until now? How much have we misunderstood until now? Because if yesterday feels clearer, and then if yesterday was because if yesterday felt clearer, then it means the other days other things were not clearer. Do you understand? Then what exactly has this court been relying on? That would be the biggest question. That is not a small issue. That is a fair trial issue, a constitutional issue, a justice issue. So Mina, I am happy with the interpreter right now. And all I say is that, and I will say it once more, I am team evidence. I believe in good evidence. I believe in proper evidence, and I believe in proper interpretation. But evidence means nothing if it is not properly communicated. Okay. So now the pressure shifts, not just on the state, not just on the defense, but on the system itself. Because now we have seen the standard and there is no going back. Some of us may not be happy with the interpreter for obvious reasons to us, and for also so many reasons. But what I liked is that he interpreted everything properly, powerfully. How he speaks may be a problem to others, but personally, because he interprets everything, because he gives them the time to think things through, because he takes his time. Yes, he is slow. He's gonna get into the grip of things, I suppose. But what were your thoughts about the new interpreter? I loved him, man. If firstly, I was like, I was those people. Then I quickly said, you know what? Let's give me a chance. Let's give him a chance. Let's talk with comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Do enjoy your day. Bye bye.